Brand new banger.
It's Knucklehead Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
No, man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt with this. Like, not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall Savage.
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit, and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, and you put it in some sauce and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk. Put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios. Vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabs?
I got it right.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! Right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm bar, get the farm ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's fucking Tuesday night. You know what that means? It is Knucklehead Comics. We in the building. Your boy Toe Tags is here. Cap is updating his PC, so it's gonna be a while. We had some technical difficulties yesterday, so bear with us if we have some more today. Ray's on his way. Show was here earlier, so you know he's probably not gonna be back on. Ray's not feeling well. Yo, for some reason, I don't know if it's the weather or something, but everybody's dealing with some shit. Everybody's dealing with some shit, but we out here, we live. This week, we're going to be talking episode 4. New woman playing Silver Surfer. The Joker 2 trailer supposedly came out. Which I didn't even get a chance to watch, but it is apparently, minute trailer came out. Filet a deluxe teaser trailer. First movie teaser trailer for Joker 2. Okay. We might have to check that one out. But yeah, the movies is coming out. DC is trying to do their thing. Now, I heard that movie was supposed to be a musical. And I'm not really hyped for a musical for the Joker, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do, right? But Let's look this up. How can the Silver Surfer be a woman? Fantastic Four's Sheila Bell explained. Okay, let's see. A movie that hasn't begun filming yet. There's been getting a lot of. You're not a hardcore FF fan, Fantastic Four Phantom. All right, so wait, what is she like? This just I hate how they do this shit. It's like it's a 24-page thing just so they could tell us one thing. So Marvel isn't changing the character's gender in this case, but rather which character becomes a Silver Surfer. Traditionally, Silver Surfer's origin depicts him of Norn Red, and habits an inhabitant of the Upton world of Zenla. Zenla becomes the largest target of Galactus' world, devouring hunger, and so Rad agrees to become Galactus' herald in exchange for sparring Zenla's and saving the life of his lover, Shayla Bell. Okay, so now Shayla Bell is the fucking. All right, so she's playing Shayla Bell in this version of the story. She seems to give up her life for that. Okay, so she's giving up her life to save her planet and the love of her life, right? It's also possible that both characters become the Silver Surfer. That is the case in one particular version of the Marvel Universe introduced in 1999's Earth X. In that twisted future version of Marvel U, Norn bestows a portion of his power into Stella, and the two serve as twin heralds of Galactus. In the universe is actually a hyper evolved version of Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman's son, Franklin. Hold on, wait. So in that version, Galactus is a hyper evolved version of Franklin Richards. Okay. How does that happen? Yo, we gotta see if Cap knows about this. The official one is out now. Yeah, the official teaser trailer, right? Because I know but am I bugging? Yeah, the fucking service sucks. Oh shit. Warner Brothers official teaser trailer. This is 225. All right, so let's go to Warner Brothers picture shit. Let's see that. Yeah, this this stream is bugged out because fuck Optimum, right? Fuck it, since this bug. All right, so he's in jail. Or is it De Niro? Okay. So right now I'm watching the teaser trailer for the Joker 2. So, so Harley Quinn's not a fucking therapist? What the fuck? Okay. Yeah. So, did you see the teaser trailer or no?
No, not yet. I haven't. No.
All right. I'm
Yo, my connection. No.
all of our connections is trash because the fucking stream itself is fucking bugging out. It seems weird.
I'm gonna definitely check it out.
All right, but you gotta watch the Warner Brothers one because that one is 2 minutes long. The other one is just him
That's the one I
laughing in
saw
the rain.
when I told you that the official was out.
Yeah, but I don't know. It seems weird. It doesn't look like it. For this movie, like the other one, where he was had the relationship with the girl. I don't know if he. Yep. Yep. Can you hear me? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on. This is fucking ridiculous.
There- I can hear you. I just have my shit muted so I can look at the trailer.
Oh, yeah. It seems like this shit is gonna be fucking in his head and shit. Shit. There's a Mortal Kombat 2 teaser trailer? Or is this fucking fan made? This was a concept trailer created solely for artistic entertainment purpose. No wonder. They ain't gonna have no fucking. Yeah. This is really pissing me off, the fucking connection on this shit. But what are we gonna do? We pay a lot of money for it to be fucked up, so we get what we pay for.
So I just finished watching it. That I don't know. It doesn't seem like somebody was interested in making a Joker movie. It just seems like somebody made a movie. It was like, well, we have to use these characters, so just throw them in the movie we made.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's not even Harley Quinn's origin shit. Harley Quinn is a fucking therapist. I don't I don't understand the liberties taken here for the characters. Like if that wasn't Harley Quinn, then but this is supposed to be Harley Quinn. What are they doing?
Yeah, well, we'll see what the reception is once it comes out. I'm not. The first one was all right. This style of movie is not my style. So I don't know if I'm gonna watch it, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
the first movie was okay. One of those like, okay, this is where they're going with it, and now they just completely shit the fucking bed. The second one, like, I'm pretty sure as a movie, it's probably gonna love it because they don't know shit about the Joker or Harley Quinn. They're gonna be like, oh, as a movie, this is awesome. Because if you just change the name of the movie and the characters, it's dope. But they have to live up to these characters. It's not gonna be the same. Everybody's gonna be probably like, oh, but I like the fact that they changed this, so they changed that. It's like, yeah, but that's not them anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't like it if we changed the fucking if fucking Leonardo DiCaprio played Jackie Robinson, and half of it wasn't even about a baseball movie, and he was a fucking a waiter and shit. The whole movie is like, this ain't Robinson's story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One way to look at it is Arthur Fleck is not the Joker. This is just the story of a man in clown makeup.
Yeah, but what about Lady Gaga?
I mean, that's just their. It's weird because the Joker's backstory is purposely made to be ambiguous, to be unknown. There's no definitive version, so you can really tell his origin anyway, and it's all correct. But based on the fact that she has a very specific origin that was ported over from her original run in the cartoon, then to the comics, yeah, it's a little bit weird to start playing around with that shit.
Yeah.
Especially since you already have the built-in fucking relationship with them being patient, doctor, or whatever, or her being a doctor. Now, that maybe we're looking at it wrong. Maybe she was a member of the psych team, and then she just got put in Arkham because she had a run-in with Arthur Fleck and went crazy, or she just went crazy dealing with everybody in Arkham.
Unless, well, yeah, because you have that one scene where she's on the other side of the glass and she puts that fucking red line and he puts the smile on. Unless that's his therapist, and then she just goes crazy and goes in there for him. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I like most of the musical shit is probably gonna be in their head.
Yeah, definitely. I don't really know what the fuck they're going for though. To be completely honest.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going for either, because this that's
I
not
mean, the Joker has never really been like one of Batman's most terrifying villains. But there is something about the Joker that even makes Superman think twice before trying to square up. But this dude, even in the suit and in the clown makeup, this dude never seems like you wouldn't just turn around like, why? Just punch him in the face and he's done.
yeah. Yeah.
Like you hit that man and you get one good shot at that man's fucking liver and ribs. You hit him in with the skinniest he is, you hit him in the liver, you're killing him. You punch him in the ribs, you can crack that bitch straight into his fucking lung. Like, how would this dude be anything?
I don't know. I don't know. He looks like the wind fucks him up because he looks so fucking malnourished and brittle and shit like that. And I don't think the Joker ever looked like that. Like, there's a difference between like being a loner and all that and the Joker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never heard Joker as one of these people that were in a loony bin because they were misunderstood. No, the Joker was just a fucking psychopath that wanted somebody to.
Yeah. Like the Joker goes to Arkham because he's like, yo, I got 2 weeks vacation coming up. Arkham, here we go.
Yeah, it's. I don't get it.
You know what? Let's let the movie come out. Let's see what's happening with it. Who knows? This might be every nerd's West Side Story.
Right? It could be. I doubt it. I think it was one of those. I think it was one of those. They hit gold with the first one because it really didn't have anything to do with anything but the Joker. So you can kind of like connect with him. And this one is just gonna be like fucking Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Yeah, I feel like the wrong people connected to the first movie for the wrong reasons. And now when they see this one, they're not going to continue to see the reasons they thought they connected with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the connection's dying. You over here hacking up a lung.
Fucking
right?
Ray is talking about he got a headache like a motherfucker. So yeah, everybody's fucked. Gigi's fucked up. Ray's fucked up. I'm good. It's just people are coughing around me.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't hang out with y'all.
Shit. But yeah, so episode 4 of Xmen. What'd you think of it?
So episode 4 of X-Men I thought was pretty good for two reasons. One, it was kind of split into two different episodes, which it was a little weird, but kind of nice that it felt like we got two distinct episodes. So the first half, Jubilee goes with Mojo into Mojo's world and becomes part of his now interactive video game world instead of his reality TV.
Yeah.
And I think it was nice to get to see her have that moment with her older self and realize, you know what? It might be time to actually fucking grow up. It might be time to actually start taking this shit seriously and not, just because somebody's telling you, hey, you can't have fun right now, we have to do some shit, doesn't mean you can't have fun ever. I think that was a pretty cool message. And like I was saying when we had the Lee Walls on here a year ago, Jubilee was never one of the characters I liked. But it's cool to see her. It's cool to see her have an actual growth in character, and not just be the annoying teenager who's overly hype about everything.
Yeah.
Then the second half of the episode is really where it picks up, and you really have that grown up discussion that fucking grown-up discussion of what the fuck they call it? The oh fuck, what is not the Nuremberg? There's a specific phrase, I gotta look it up, but it normally pertains to like when you're a hostage to somebody, and then all of a sudden it's what Beauty and the Beast is based off of. You're a hostage to somebody, and then all of a sudden you develop feelings, and now you put yourself in the other side of that.
Oh yeah. Where you fall in love with your captor.
Yeah, it has something to do with it's some like German word or something to do with a place in Germany. Stockholm syndrome. There you go.
Yeah, Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
So it had a very adult theme touch of that, or the question of, well, what do you do when your life fell to shit and the person who's there to help you pick up the pieces is the one who made your life fall to shit?
Yeah.
And I think, you know how in today's day and age, you guys probably touch on it in the Tone the Show, but today's day of fucking I don't need no man, I don't need nobody, strong, independent woman, blah 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 bullshit,
Yeah.
right? I think Storm, that was the proper showing of a strong woman. Somebody who the minute they saw, okay, you have either directly or indirectly, you were the cause of this shit. And the only reason you wanted to help me, or you think you're in love, or all that other shit, is for your fucking need to try to fix and make amends, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like that's what true strength is. It's to look at a situation and go, this is not the situation I want to be in. I'm removing myself from the situation regardless of what the fuck connection was made.
Yeah. No, it's true because sometimes you can love somebody that's completely wrong for you, and, be the wrong reasons or you be used. You can't just stay with somebody based off of blind loyalty, and it's fucked up and shit. Because then you also have to have your moral that you stand for.
Yeah. And the I could see somebody making an argument like, oh well, he was down on his luck, and the government came for his help, and he didn't know it was going to be used, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And I'm sitting here going, this motherfucker can literally invent any fucking thing he wants. You tell me you were poor, bro?
Yeah.
Motherfucker go on Shark Tank, make millions of dollars because they found out how to put a smiley face in a fucking sponge. You
Yeah.
can't invent some shit that'll get you money?
That's true.
Like you're
Unless
like
they fucking,
yeah.
I was gonna say, unless they captured him and tortured him and all that other shit, and they forced him to make shit like that so he can get out. But
Yeah, but they clearly did. He clearly stated that didn't happen.
yeah. But yeah,
So that's where I look at him and I'm like, all right, I was hyped when he first showed up. I was like, oh shit, Forge, my man's finally getting to do some shit. And then you look at that and you're like, wow, you done fucked up. And
Word.
and you don't. This is the reason. This is the reason, and this is 100% true with me. I dislike saying those three magical words. I saved the family because you're obligated to. I've never said it outside to anybody that wasn't blood related to me because those words have to fucking mean something. Those words have to be earned, at least for me.
Yeah.
You don't get to sit there and go, but I love you. What?
Yeah.
Like, again, you could have done any other thing in your life. Are you helping out anybody? How many people got fucked up with this thing?
A lot. Shit. I mean, Storm is one of them. And yo, taking away the mutant ability gotta be like losing a limb or like who you like. Imagine now all of a sudden we're no longer Puerto Rican or we're no longer from the Bronx or we no longer can breathe on our own. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't fucking see it. Like it's something that it's a sense. It's a limb. Like it's hard to explain,
Yo,
but
it, here it is. This is the exact fucking example. Can you imagine the balls it takes for you to pull what Spider-Man did? Right? You're a witness to a robbery. They're yelling at you to stop this man. You're like, yo, fuck that. I'm not a hero. You let the motherfucker go, knowing full well you could have done something to stop him. You just let him go. That motherfucker goes downstairs, shoots up some people. You go downstairs, you see all the hubbub. Then you see a woman in the corner crying because her grandfather, her father, her mom, somebody's dead because of this man. The balls it's got to take to fucking now go up to her, feel bad, and now try to cheer her up, get her back on her feet, and try to develop feelings for her when you're again, either directly or indirectly, you're the fucking cause. Like,
yeah.
that's just fucking bananas to me.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Because take away the power thing, right? He knew he knew what he was building. He knew he was building Sentinels or helping build Sentinels that stop the mutant fucking crisis.
Yeah.
And he did nothing until now. At least, at the very least, in Star Wars, if you remember, and I know this movie is like a non-starter for a bunch of people, but to bring up something in The Last Jedi, when they're sitting there going through what the fuck these people on Kanamina, Kanoa,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck the planet was, they were like, oh look, they built all the fucking TIE fighters for the Empire. And then he kept scrolling and went, oh, they also built the X-Wings for the fucking rebels. At least balance your shit out, bro.
Yeah.
Like come to the X-Men and be like, yo, I fucked up. They took what I did and made Sentinels. Here's some shit to combat them.
Right? Shit. All he did was develop a way to go back in time. Because that did.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm just glad that even though this is a kid's cartoon and the first half of the episode really shows that it's still very much that Saturday morning cartoon. That second half was grown enough for us to have actual real substance when you look deeper than just the fucking animation.
Yeah.
So that's why I haven't seen much reaction to the fourth episode. I can only imagine that it's probably mixed because the first three were such fucking bangers. But again, you for a lot of the things, man, you only get out of it what what you're really looking for, what you put in the time to fucking try to get out of.
Yeah. Shit.
I mean, we saw it last week when we were discussing Godzilla versus Kong. Like you went in for a fucking good movie. You found your good movie. I went in thinking that the movie was gonna be all right. I found that it was all right. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder if Ray really called out of the podcast today because he didn't get to watch that episode.
Probably. Because all he got a headache and shit. He probably did. It was like, yo, I didn't watch it. Show's not here. So I gotta fucking I gotta call out.
Shit, I got
Fucking
another
Ray.
update. So there's the problem with my shit. I got another update that just wants me to restart.
Yeah, but it's our upload speed. We got 5 megabyte upload speed. Like I said, we're supposed to get 30.
Dude, this is America, man. You don't ever get what the fuck you pay for.
We supposed to.
Yeah. And if you win the lottery for $1 billion, you're supposed to get $1 billion too, and they don't fucking give it to you.
Shit.
Yo, do you know right now in the Jack Pocket app, right? If I win $500, there is an amount of money out of the 500 that I won that I'm allowed to take. I can't take all 5. I can only
What?
take a certain amount of money.
What?
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
Yo, I'll pull it up right now. That's how the world works, man. You don't ever get you don't ever get what the fuck they promise you. You get whatever the fuck they give you.
Yeah. You get to bend over and be happy with it. But besides the Forge and Storm part of the
So,
show.
before we go on, so
Yeah.
right now, because I haven't won anything in a few days, I'm allowed to take what the balance is there. But the minute I win something, that's when they're like, all right, you can only take a portion of your winning.
Because they probably don't have the money to give you. Shit, but besides the Storm and Forge portion of the show, of the episode, it was cool to see Mo there and the game with Jubilee, but that one kind of felt fast. Felt like there's no real purpose to this. Other fact is, like, Jubilee still wants to be young, but she has to mature. And to me, it's kind of like when we're at our age now and we got somebody that's that young, we always tell them to slow down, don't rush into growing up. And now, like, pushing Jubilee into growing up.
Yeah, but it's a different situation. Because if you saw somebody who was in, like, let's just say a traditional household, mom, dad, and 2 siblings, and you saw that they're in the house, they're comfortable, there's no burdens on the family, everything's running smoothly, you have the ability to, you tell the kid, don't rush, slow down, enjoy your life. You go over now to a single parent household, whether it's a single mom, a single dad, and somebody needs to start helping out, pitching in a little bit. You tell that kid, time to fucking buck up, time to grow up. You need to fucking step in. Like, it's all different depending on which way you view it. And To be honest, when Magneto's now in charge, and now more than ever people don't like mutants, and they just took the powers of one of your sisters. Damn the arcade for right now. We need to buck the fuck up.
Yeah, but it would have. I think it would have been more impactful if they would have did it like that instead of for her playing a video game and getting caught in the game forever. And she was like, "Oh, I know I got to do it because I was in the video game." Like, because all that show that saved her life in a video game situation. Like, my man Magneto gave a fucking 25-minute monologue on how people hate his mutant race and he wanted to be able to fucking coexist with them, and it was Charles to do it and all other shit. But then this one, don't play video games.
Yeah. A grown up gave a grown up speech. Here we had the look from the child's perspective. And that's really what it is. But I mean, where else can you put Mojo when everything else has been like really good fucking semi-serious shit? Can you put Mojo in this show?
I don't know. It's Sinister Clones Mojo. He's the mother of Nathan Summers.
Dude, what about that entity at the end of the story with Storm? I thought it was the Shadow King. Apparently, it's not.
I thought it was also because it looked exactly like the Shadow King. Huh?
He said it was the Nemesis, right?
I think so, yeah. I thought King also. Because it looked exactly like the Shadow King from the original series.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's going to be a way for her to a way for her to enter the journey to start getting her powers back.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
My man Ray throwing out you know what happened? Ray, he just signed a new contract here at the Knuckleheads, and apparently he took the show deal where you show up in the comments, but you don't show up on camera. It's all right, Ray. It's all right. I recommend you take 2 aspirin. Call me in the morning. Well, don't call me. Call Toe in the morning.
Yeah, call Show. Tell Show to call Kenny because Kenny likes that shit.
What they say in Bad Boys 2? Tell them to call Diaz.
Yeah, call Reyes and Diaz. They said they're down for that shit.
Hey, Ray, while you're sitting at home, man, have you ever just rubbed your leather? So I know that you were talking about what do you call it? The Silver Surfer at the start.
Yeah, I was. So, all right, I'm watching the Screen Crush Easter egg shit to see what he says about it. And he was saying that in the comics, she got bit by a snake. She got bit by a snake in the comics, which caused her to hallucinate, and that what Forge did work. Because I always got that too. Was like what Forge did work, and you know how Storm is claustrophobic and shit like that. It could be that the way to unleash her power, through stress and shit, is like it could be. It also is unlocking the fears that she has in her mind or whatever other stuff that she holds back with her powers. Because if you're a goddess of fucking the weather, the weather could do some crazy shit.
Yeah. Shit, I mean, we just had a solar eclipse, and now all of a sudden our fucking internet can't fucking sustain.
Word.
Trey,
Shit,
since you're in
I
the
think
comments, Trey, can you at least tell us if you saw the episode? Give us a thumbs up if you did, a thumbs down if you didn't, and a fuck off show if you don't want to answer.
throw one in the chat to acknowledge our tribal chief and to this isn't an answer, Ray.
Yeah, you did? What did you do?
Yeah. Yes, no, maybe so. Happy birthday. 12 minutes later. What? Now what? Ray doesn't like to listen. Neither
You
does
put up
show.
3 ones.
Which episode? You watched the first 3 episodes? Nah, but yeah, I started out with the Silver Surfer, where they were saying that in the comics that was his girlfriend, and they were saying
Yeah.
that possibly she could be the one that sacrifices herself to save her planet, or they could go with what you said. I think you said this last week, where he gave some of his power to her.
Well, I told you in when they announced it and we were sitting in the living room that he at some points in the comics he gave her some of the cosmic powers. But I think that her being the Silver Surfer or Galactus's Herald is just more proof that the Fantastic Four had not been in our MCU because they're in a different version of the MCU.
Like in the Marvels, the Xmen is in a different version of the MCU.
Yeah. I think they're in a different version. And when we get to Secret War, we're going to merge and keep everything that we need and get rid of all the shit we don't.
But so here's the crazy shit. Like in Earth X, which is Elseworld Marvel shit, the Silver Surfer and his girl were both heralds of Galactus, who Galactus was a fucking hyper mutated intelligent version of Franklin Richards.
Yeah, I heard you say that. That's not going to happen because that'd be a little bit too bananas and a little bit too
Raph.
a little bit too many steps ahead before we got our first steps with these guys. But Franklin Richards is one of the, depending on who writes him, one of the fucking best heroes and one of the most devastating villains that they have. This motherfucker can literally like create universes and shit.
You think he's the one that's gonna create the universe that brings everybody together?
I don't know, to be honest, because again, you already have the structure set up for the Beyonder to try to run this game with the Collector and the Grandmaster, and they all like, hey, let's just fuck with everybody, and you pick teams and I pick teams, and we can pick from any fucking where. And then it turns out that, oh, Doom is that guy. He is him. Because Doom stole the fucking ability and the powers of the Beyonder like he does. And now he created Battle World, which is something different than what the Beyonder was going to do. And then as a result of fighting Doom and stopping him, we now get all this shit where you can literally turn around and go, okay, we're going to keep Deadpool, or we're going to keep these new versions of X-Men. We're going to get rid of the Fox shit. we know that the Black Panther had a son. Well, in this universe, the son's already of age to take over the mantle. So we're going to swap it, and his young son, gone. But the old one, here. And now Shuri's just going to have to get used to her nephew being a few years younger than her. Rather than just a few years old. I mean, that's just the perfect way of resetting everything back. Is you give somebody the option to make all those decisions in the universe, in the in the movie, and then you hide all the shit you don't want. You keep all the shit that works, and we're good to go.
Yeah.
And then we can finally move away from the multiverse saga and just get. I would say don't fucking do another saga. Just do the fucking movies.
Or would you, as a writer, as someone telling the story, would you do that where it's like, all right, we have all these universes, we're just gonna pick from this one and this one and this one to combine one universe? Or would you just use this to show that there are multiple universes, so that way when you have a Punisher and Deadpool universe, they don't necessarily have to have Avengers in it, or like the Fantastic Four is in their own thing. So when now it's like, yo, when the crisis of the Earth is happening, and it's just the Fantastic Four, where are the Avengers? They're not in this universe. Like, we know for a fact that this is its own spot. Like how in the CW, they explain Supergirl and the Flash are in two different universes. You know what I'm saying? So when shit happened there, the Flash had to go to her universe to get her to help, type shit.
Yeah. So I see where you're going with, but here's what I would say. If you're going for like a serious tone, and if you're going for everybody's in their own pocket universes, you're gonna have to contrive a fucking story every time there's an Avengers movie needed and you want to go get the other guys. Why would I then, knowing that like the Fantastic Four, you said, for example, knowing that I'm in my world and I have my own shit happening, why would I drop everything and go help y'all out, leaving my shit undefended? Like, what could possibly be happening over there that is worse or big enough that I leave my shit undefended to run over to you because you asked for it? That's where I would get a little bit iffy about keeping everybody in their own universe. Because believe it or not, in everyday real life, shit happens.
Yeah.
Right? Right now, our cousin, I'm not to get any specifics in here because I don't know shit, but our cousin has had some serious shit happening, right? Outside, independent of us. Like, that had nothing to do with us. If needed, we would go over there and help out or be a part or do whatever. But we all exist in that same world. That's happening over there. This is happening with us. That feels world shattering. You know what I mean? Like, it already exists in reality. The fact that things happen to people without everybody else that they know having to be involved.
Yeah. I mean, there were plenty of things that we could, like, what if we could make like a shield, but it goes into universe, right? Like in the Spider-Man Spider-Man movie, across the Webverse or whatever the fuck they called it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you have all the Spider-Man there, and protect themselves for that. You can have all the like all the Galactuses found out about each other. Like the threats are now substantial type shit. Where it's bigger than just one universe or another universe, or you know what I'm saying. Like it wouldn't happen all the time, but just one of those things. Like
Yeah, I think you're kind of seeing it a little bit now with even if you don't think that there's a full-blown superhero fatigue, there is a thing of escalation where it's like, all right, at what point are we gonna be like, well, yeah, Arisham's here again. Whatever. Fucking floating head in the sky. It's all, who gives a shit? It's Tuesday. I gotta go to work. Like you're gonna have to push it. So you can only push it, but so far before every threat feels like a non-threat, right? Because they have to win at the end of the day. You're not gonna make every movie where they fucking lose.
but that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
It would, but that's not gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen.
Imagine we get a couple of movies where it's like we found out that there's an expansion of the multiverse, and there's now different universes and all other shit, and you see X-Force. We get an X-Force movie, right? And there's a universal threat that's destroying universes. The X-Force goes to fight it, they lose. Fucking the one version of the Fantastic Four with the that told Wanda how to kill somebody, they lose. Yeah, they lose. Like we go to another Marvel where it's the gods, the Greek gods, and all these other gods, they lose. You know what I'm saying? And then we get down to this, and then we get that whole, all right, it's gonna take more than one universe to beat this shit, and it's all the universes come up like an end game type thing.
I mean, that could work for one saga, but then you're gonna run into the risk of, well, all right, so the Infinity Saga, they built up to everybody losing. It took everybody to beat Thanos. Now this shit, everybody's losing. It took everybody to beat it. Like it's just gonna repeat itself no matter what you do.
But but this time, all those universes that die, they stay dead. But now, let's say Franklin Richards, he's the guy that turned into Galactus. Like he figured out a way to turn to Galactus, and now all these universes have to fight him. And then the way to stop him is they destroy the universes that he's in because he's searching through multiple universes, and then we get one at the end of it. I mean, it's like you implode the universes and you kill them with it.
But I mean, that's kind of what Secret Wars is supposed to do.
What, Secret Wars is like the tournament in Dragon Ball Super?
Yeah, essentially, Secret Wars is everything, especially not the original one, but especially the new one with Battle World and where Doom took over and had the gauntlet and became God Doom. That took all the universes and meshed them in, and we got one continuity coming out of it. So now when we see Miles Morales with Peter Parker, it's our Peter Parker and Ultimate's Miles Morales in our universe, which means everybody Miles knew is fucking gone from his shit.
Which is kind of what they did with the news, making them erase everybody's memory of him. Like he knows everybody that's there, but nobody knows him.
It kind of, yeah. Except, yeah, it's a little like that, but his is more drastic, where he literally nobody's with. It's not that they forgot. Which, now that I think of it, that's actually a very good. as much as it was like, come on, really, dog? That's a very good way to turn around and have it. So if Zendaya's like, you know what, I'm not doing the fourth one, you can be like, cool. He's not with MJ. We don't need to put you in. You can go do whatever the fuck you were doing.
Yeah.
And then come back whenever you wanna come back.
Shit, they could as long as they keep what's in his friends.
Ned,
Yeah, that was beautiful. Peter, yeah, Peter Parker. No, us. Spider Man. Yeah, there's all three of us. Which one? Which Peter Parker did you want? And that was supposed to be who?
no, so Ned Leeds does turn out to become the Hobgoblin at some point. But
No, but
Ned
in the
Leeds, huh?
wait, so he turns out to be the Hobgoblin.
His in the comics, that character's name is associated with the guy who becomes the Hobgoblin.
So the
It
Hobgoblin isn't related to the Green Goblin.
kind of like he's inspired by, and I think he somehow got some of the tech involved.
Okay, but he
Like he's not a direct offspring like Carnage and Venom and shit like that.
oh okay, and he's worse than Green Goblin, right?
Not really. I mean, Norman Osborn's a pretty fucked up dude.
I don't know why in the comic I always felt like the Hobgoblin was Green Goblin.
But that's because the Hobgoblin just looked more menacing.
That's true.
And on top of that, there's the Hobgoblin is truly a villain, where Green Goblin sometimes Norman does do the right thing, sometimes he wants to do the right thing, sometimes he's not, sometimes he is. But overall, he's a fucked up person.
Yeah. Who was supposed to be the one that opened up the multiverse? Because I know in the original movie No Way Home, it wasn't Ned.
Who was supposed to? I didn't hear that. Who was the what?
Who's the one that's supposed to open up the multiverse looking for Peter Parker?
It was supposed to be America Chavez.
Oh, okay. But because that movie didn't come out yet,
Yeah, because they had to rearrange it. They had to take her out.
you think it would have been different? Like that? Do you think they rewrote that whole movie so that she's not in it, or you think that would have been like a cameo?
Nah, they must have significantly did reshoots to take her out because that would have been her introduction, which probably would have made more sense because she would have been around teens and shit,
Yeah,
and then it would have given an excuse, a bigger excuse for Doctor Strange to fucking protect her in the next one because we could have led straight from Spider-Man into Wanda's chasing her.
yeah. No,
So I
that's
mean,
true. Yeah, because we could have seen uh Doctor Strange helping out Peter, and then she's like, "All right, I'm gonna go on my own thing," and then something's chasing her through the multiverse,
yeah,
and then she finds another Doctor Strange, and they could have taken out that does he shoot webs out of his ass, fucking joke out of it, and everybody would have been happy for that.
yeah.
Shit, fucking pandemic fucked it up for everybody.
Yeah, I would have loved to see what the original timeline looked like, or the original order of shit.
Yeah, I would have loved to seen that shit too. All right, so we spoke about the Xmen '97 episode 4. Um, we spoke a little bit about the Silver Surfer, but what do you know about the this one that they're doing, or is it still speculation?
So I don't know exactly what they're doing with the character,
What's up,
but the
Taquan?
character, so man, the character is in and of herself the leader of the world in which, or planet in which Norrin comes from. So I mean, there's a whole dynamic of leadership and what it means to be a leader and how much do you sacrifice for your people. You know, it's cool in the comics that Norrin took up the mantle, but it can also be cool and inspiring that the leader of the whole fucking thing is like, if you're gonna take anybody, take me to spare my people.
Yeah,
Put me on the fucking front line of your shit. Just keep this deal with us. Because if you think of it, the fucking dichotomy you can get out of, originally you had a dude who was striving to save the woman he loves, to save the world he loves, and coming from a perspective of, I just don't want my world to die, so I'll serve you. Seeing the destruction of other worlds through his eyes, as now there's a potential for it to be vastly different from seeing a ruler, seeing somebody who knows what it takes to lead, and gaining and looking at Galactus from that standpoint, and now seeing what he does with other worlds and other things. Because it's clear Norrin was like, yo, all life should be fucking protected, should be saved. He really doesn't like doing it. You can have a thing where she's looking at each world and going, well, in this world, their leadership is garbage. Their leadership is trash. Nobody's trying to fucking do anything to make it better. Galactus, I found something for you.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Or going in there and seeing, oh, the leadership's good here. It's good here. So steer him away from that one. Be like, hey, I found something else for you. Like this, they could play around with that. Because not every herald of Galactus is A, evil, or B, purely fucking good. Like Silver Surfer was, I guess you could say, purely good. He had one, I can't remember the name, but it was a big fucking dude who kind of looked like a red beast. That motherfucker was purely evil. Then you had Firestar, who was in between, who was like, hey, you asked me to do a job. You want me to find something? I found you something. Does it kind of suck? Yeah, but you asked me to do the job, I'm doing the job. She was like indifferent to it. So you could play around with how it's viewed, how it's portrayed, and what lens we're looking at it through. And I think that could be a cool little fucking little piece to the puzzle there.
for Sean, was it Shauna Bell?
Yeah.
For that character you talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, does it not concern like? Does it not like make you wonder why? Is like, why does it have to be switched?
No, because again, if you're telling me that, what do you call it? If this is going to turn out and be like, well, they're not in our universe, they're in a different universe. Well, why wouldn't it have played out this? Why would it have played out the exact same in a different universe? Why wouldn't it be different? And again, Galactus had many different heralds. It's not just a thing where only Norrin Rad has been his herald. And it's a thing of, in our universe, he was the one to volunteer. Well, in the next universe, why does it have to be him the one that volunteers when it's not from our world? You know what I mean? From our universe.
I hear you, but I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna give us the Silver Surfer, why not give us the Silver Surfer? Like I can understand if she's playing the hero of Galactus, where she's not a Silver Surfer, where she's just someone like another character that they had there.
This is the guy I was talking about. This is the dude who's pure Morg, who's pure fucking evil.
It's hard to see because our service is fucked up. So
But you guys playing at home, you can look him up. Sorry, what was your question again?
why does she need to be the Silver Surfer? Why can't she be a different character? Because like like you tell me she's playing the Silver Surfer. I know one Silver Surfer, and
Yeah, well,
for
because
someone who doesn't know the comics like that, it's one of those things like why you another fucking character into a woman. Like it's not man versus woman, but it's like shit. Now another fucking character is turning into a woman.
all
It's
right.
like, can we not have this for that we know?
So again, two things. One, Norrin Red himself was not specially chosen, was not specific to the role. He was the one who volunteered from this planet, and that's what he got. So another person volunteering from this planet gets the same shit because that's what you would get from this planet. So to me, that's the equivalent of, well, they call him Captain America because he got, what do you call it? Because he got the super soldier serum. He was trained at Fort Bragg or whatever fort in Jersey, and they gave him the costume. So if it wasn't Steve, now we're not talking about if the super soldier serum works, but the whole process of becoming one. If it was that other dude that Tommy Lee Jones wanted, he would have been Captain America still. And in another universe where they didn't find a Steve Rogers, where he couldn't have volunteered or try to volunteer, their Captain America would be this dude and not Steve. So it's not so for the Silver Surfer, it's not so intrinsically tied to Norrin Rad specific because he's just a dude who tried to save his world. So anybody could step up and try to save the world. And to go off of, all right, why can't we get the Silver Surfer we know? Well, we got that already. The Silver Surfer we know is in the original Fantastic Four sequel.
Yeah, that didn't work. Yeah, I mean, we got a bunch of characters that they rebooted. We had fucking 72 Batmans and 6 fucking Spider-Mans before they did this one.
Yeah, but if you look at if you look at all the Spider-Man, there's a perfect example. You look at all the Spider-Man, even though they're all Peter Parker, they're all 100% fucking different. They are not the same. So even if you would have gotten Norrin Red to volunteer, he would not have been the same. It's not going to be the same. And again, because if this is true, if this is the case, because they're in a separate fucking universe, they don't have to bring her over here. And when the Fantastic Four comes over here with us, and we turn around and is like, yo, what the fuck is this thing? They already know what a Galactus is. They already know what a Silver Surfer is. And then they see that our Silver Surfer is Norrin.
Yeah, aren't we going to the assumption that there is no Silver Surfer in our universe?
Dude, Kevin Feige could tell the writers anything they want. Because our universe is so fucking vast. Even in real life, our universe is so fucking vast. We can have a Galactus now in real life, and it'll never reach us in our lifetime. So who knows really what the fuck is out there? Who knows what everybody's fucking talking about? No, how many you bring it up almost every podcast. We have a hand floating in the middle of the ocean. How many movies went by before we got somebody who now we know in Cat 4 is going to actually mention that shit?
No, I hear you. I'm getting confused with the whole. Is everybody having the same shit in every universe, or are there just be special? There's no X-Men in this one, but X-Men somewhere else. Is there an X-Men in our shit now that
So,
you know?
so here's where they fucked up. Because Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan, is clearly in our universe.
Yeah,
So there's mutants in our universe. Namor is in our universe.
yeah, he's a mutant.
But are there X-Men in our universe? Has somebody set up a school for mutants in our universe? I don't know. But mutants exist. So when you take X-Men from another universe and put them in ours, we already have the vernacular. We already know what the fuck is going on. They fit right in because there's already examples of them running around. So part of it, I think, is just you can't write something this big and this massive and account for every fucking little detail.
See, because
And on top, and the flip side of that is, well, like I just pointed out, they've already set up the landing spot for them. So we gotta it'll never happen, but we gotta get Kevin Feige on here to fucking ask some questions.
yeah, because we have Inhumans and mutants in one universe in
I mean,
Doctor Strange,
yeah, okay, and
Black Bolt, and
yeah.
then there's mutants in our shit. Are there any Inhumans technically?
In our world, I don't think anybody has been stated as an Inhuman in our universe.
Because never really spoke about the Creed.
Yeah,
Because everything was about the scroll.
yeah. The only thing we know about the Kree is Captain Marvel really should have thought twice before killing their whole fucking way of life.
Yeah. And Agents of Shield has nothing to do with anything.
Apparently not. But I think that's for the best because that you want to get even more confusing.
Now, what if? See, now this is where I'm saying we can do this, where it's kind of like, what if the multiverse is treated like I want to like a cinematic universe for each multiverse, where it's like, you know how the cartoons had their own thing and they didn't really cross contaminate them too much. But let's say like we do this shit and now the X-Men has their universe, but then Kamala Khan goes to work out with them, or goes to stay with them, and they build their X-Men or their mutant universe with them. It's like Magneto's trying to fucking recruit all of them and shit. Like the Fantastic Four fucking lives in one area, or they come to our shit where you have Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, and Daredevil and all those lower level guys, and then like we don't have a Captain America or Iron Man anymore. So they don't need to go anywhere. But like the Hulk goes to like Planet Hulk and lives over there with his son and all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we split everybody up where it's like, okay, they're here. That's why they don't come when people need help. Or if we need them, we can go get them type shit. And now we can make movies solely based off of them.
I honestly think that would be, again, that'd be a little overly complicated and maybe unnecessary. Because I mean, it's not. We've mentioned it before. It's not that big of a leap to fucking sit here and go, well, this is a Fantastic Four movie. Why would the Avengers be in it? This is a story about the Fantastic Four and what they're doing. Like you don't need to have them in separate areas in order to just be like, yo, this is why I say the whole interconnectivity shit. It works to a point. At a certain point, it's no longer fucking feasible because now you keep having these things. Well, the Mole Man came up, so why the fuck wouldn't people come in there and say something, and then the Fantastic Four be like, "Oh, I got it. Don't worry about it." Or this shit happened. Why wouldn't everybody be? It gets too unreasonable to think that every single catastrophe, every single time, every single person has to fucking show up. When again, when you're writing when you have a team of people who are like, yo, we have a story we want to tell with these characters. We gotta let them. We gotta give them the ability to tell the story they want to tell. And we know the world's connected. We no longer need those overt fucking. Hey, look. We know that we already know they're connected. Leave that shit assumed in the background, and let's just get back to here's an amazing story we want to tell. And when we need an Avengers movie, we put them all together. Boom.
So that's why you would say that we put them all together.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Because we also got to start discerning. So here's a perfect example, right? The mayor has it. I don't know if it's still this way. It probably still is. Although I don't know if Mayor Adams changed it. But when I was working in a nursing home, it was decreed that if we called 911 in the nursing home, police, fire department, ambulance, all were dispatched to us. And whoever got there first handled the initial until. So if the cops and or firemen showed up first, they handled the initial fucking assessment and everything until the EMTs got there and did all the medical shit. If the EMTs came up first, then the cops and the firemen would come out and go, they got it? Cool. And hang around for a little bit, and if weren't needed, disperse. And okay, in theory, it makes sense that you call 911, they send everybody. They just, yo, somebody get there, go. But in practicality, when you actually see it happen and you see the cop show up first and he still has to wait for the ambulance, or you see the fire department show up first and they still have to wait for the ambulance, or you see the ambulance show up first and the other two are fucking useless.
Yeah.
Do we really need that? Is that really the most efficient way we could do things?
Yeah.
And before we even get before we even get to figuring out the big picture, I just want a string of small victories. And when I say small victories, I mean we're working with Cap 4. Let's make Cap 4 good.
Yeah.
We're working with Blade. Let's make Blade good. We're working with the Fantastic Four. Let's make that movie good. And we'll worry about the big picture and how it all ties when we get there. But on the way, let's start making good movies again.
I mean, that's what we've been clamoring for a long fucking time, making good movies. But with these movies coming few and far between now, do you think that these movies are gonna be good based off of the fact that now we don't get to see as many? So it's like, oh, that was good because I haven't seen one in fucking 2 years. Or is it just gonna be good because now they have time to fucking, to make the story and they're not rushing shit up?
I'm gonna answer that question this way. The last Star Wars movie in the original trilogy was 1987, I think. 86, 87.
Yeah.
And then the Phantom Menace came out in like 1999. And it had been 30 years. That did not make that movie fucking good just because we hadn't had it in a while. so inherently, no, I don't think just because it's been a while means it's gonna be good. Because I haven't had cookies and brownies and ice cream in a long fucking time. But if you give me a cookie that's fucked up, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't care that it's fucked up. It's been so long.
Yeah. No, I hear you. So with Deadpool coming out next, when, 3 months in July? It's coming out in July.
I think so.
Does everything stand on that now? Now that we know what's going on, do we?
July 26th. I mean, I don't think everything can't stand on that. Because that's again, that's the fucking Wakanda Forever. That's the Guardians 3. This movie already has a built-in fucking hook. This is not the true testament of whether so let's put it in terms here. You get a fucking UFC card, right?
Yeah.
And you get prime time Anderson Silva versus Richard Franklin, right?
Yeah.
You know that match is going to be fucking good. The card cannot hinge on that one match. Because it isn't worth $60 if every other match fucking sucks. But that one was good. Was it worth buying?
No. Well, I mean, it depends. It depends, because if I only bought that for that match, and the match was good, because it's like boxing. Boxing, people only bought the pay per view for a tight. But I mean, if the card just fucking and that fight sucks, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
but
I'm glad you brought it up, and I'm glad you said it the way you did. Where you said, "Oh, you only bought it for that fight," right?
Yeah.
So if we take that analogy, if you're only if we're looking at the next slate of movies as a card, and you're only sitting here going, "Yo, I'm only here for Deadpool," well then the counterpoint to your argument would be that none of the other movies, being good or not, are consequential. Because you're only in it for that one movie, And as long as that one movie's good, you're fucking good to go. So from there, it can't hinge on that. The other movies have got everything else has to be good following that. This could be the starting point. This could be the point where we're like, all right, if it is good, we got one good one. What's the next? Which side of the fence are we leaning on now? We got one good one. Are we going back to the Marvels? Are we going to Guardians 3? Which side are we leaning?
Yeah.
I've said for a while now that I think the linchpin is Captain America 4. That's the movie that's make or break, has to be good. Because you're asking too much for that movie. Captain America's black now. Steve Rogers not in it. Bucky's not in it. Apparently, more people than I thought are not really huge on what's his name? I just had his name in my head. The guy who plays Sam Wilson.
Shit. Fuck, I forgot his name
Yeah,
too.
Papa Doc. Anthony Mackie. There you go.
There you go.
Apparently, a lot of people are not high on Anthony Mackie as an actor.
Why?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. But the amount of times I've seen shit on YouTube where they're like, the Avengers now versus then, and it's like, well, this Iron Man versus whoever they got now, Iron Man wins. This man wins. They put ridiculous. They put Howard the Duck up against Captain Marvel. Like Howard the Duck wins. They put Sam's character up against fucking Baby Groot. And they're like Baby Groot wins. Like a lot of he's not that popular.
Shit.
So.
That I know I wasn't like him because what was the TV show on Netflix? Then
Oh fuck! It's I have no idea, but that show wasn't fucking good to begin with.
black
I'm looking
black
it up now.
guy mask. But he didn't like him because of that shit, right? Because what his character wasn't
No,
there. His character sucked.
his problem goes beyond that. Altered Carbon. Yeah, that show was not that good. If I'm being it didn't capture me. I'll say it that way.
All right, let's see if we can find out how come people.
Yeah.
Oh, like Anthony.
That's hilarious to Google everything, but that'd be something if you actually found an answer. Because
All right, why is Anthony Mack a fire? Because he dared to have a different opinion of the so-called diversity people.
oh, I forgot exactly what it was, but he gave a legitimate answer to one of those fucking. You ever hear a question be asked to you where the person asking you the question is essentially telling you there's only one right answer that they want to hear?
Yeah.
And when you don't give them the answer they want to hear, it's a fucking problem. He got caught in one of those where it's like, here's the question. His answer was not wrong, but it wasn't the one they wanted.
I don't know if this is what he said. He said it, but he says it used to be guys can be friends. We can hang out and it was cool. You can't do anything anymore because something as pure and beautiful as homosexuality has been exploited by people who are trying to rationalize hashtag Marvel stars. And then there's a picture of him and Bucky on the show, but
so that's the thing. That was in a response to everybody, like a big part of the LGBTQ community was trying to ship Bucky and Steve or Bucky and Sam. It's like, yo, make them a gay couple. And he was like, yo, why the fuck does everything have to be? We can't just be two boys hanging out, like a fucking mutual respect for each other. Everything's got to turn into that. And people didn't like that.
oh, because so he fucking stood up for himself.
Yeah, but I agree. Like, why are we shipping people to begin with? I never understood, because that always happens. I bring it up from time to time. The fucking Critical Role shit, right? Every single fucking wherever you look, there's fucking fan pages dedicated onto which characters the fans think should fuck other characters, and who should be like, dude, what the fuck are we doing? Can we just watch them do the shit?
Yeah.
Like, who gives a fuck? Not everything needs to be a fucking relationship. They're literally trying to stop a fucking ancient god eater from being reawakened and ending life as they know it. Who the fuck gives a shit about now trying to build a relationship into that?
Yeah, and not for nothing. Isn't Bucky and Sam's sexual orientation their business?
Yeah.
And obviously Bucky's not gay. All the women that he was full in the fuzz of with
Well, if that was all a facade, cool. Right? Let that be a facade. We know two things. One, we know Steve's not gay.
yeah.
That motherfucker potentially ruined time to be with Peggy Carter.
Word.
And we know, what do you call it? We know Sam's not gay. Did you see his reaction when Black Widow pulled up?
Yeah. But then again, it's like, yo, for that case, is everybody in the fucking military gay? Like, because these guys are actual. What's the name? They're not teammates, but like they're partners. But like,
Brothers in arms.
let's say, huh?
Brothers in arms, what we call
There you
it.
go. Yeah, but like if you're two investigators,
Partners.
I guess but like that's what they are. Like they're special ops, or they're fucking.
Yo, I'm gonna tell
They're
you
a
guys.
team. There you go.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you guys a
Forces
story.
team.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you guys a story. When I spent my time in the military on the USS Mount Whitney in Gaeta, Italy, all right? Had a whole bunch of friends. There's one Navy gentleman, Samuel Alcantar. That dude was my surrogate brother. Toe was not there because he was back in the States. It's me and Sam were really fucking close. To the point where, and I shit you not, the first time we ever took leave, he went home for Christmas. I went home for Christmas. We had spent the entire fucking, year and a half just chilling out to sea, chilling in Italy, all that shit. When we came back on the same day, he got there before I did. I showed up later. we we were picked up by one of the other shipmates on the ship. He got out of the car. I got out of the airport. The fuck we do? Bam, handshake, hug. Fucking great to see you, man. Had nothing to do with anything other than we were bonded through a shared experience, and we became like family. Because when you're in that situation, you fucking you learn real quick who the fuck you hang around with, who the fuck you could trust, who you need for your sanity. Because again, we spending 6 months at a time, nothing but ocean water and clear skies.
Yeah.
And I'm a solitary person. I'm a fucking solitary person. I would have been fine. I would have been just fine had I had been out there on my own. But in the natural way of fucking life and the natural way things move, you find your fucking family. You find your close knit. Tassinary, my boy Taz, he's the third wheel in here. You find where the fuck you fit. You find your group. You stick with your group. And again, it has nothing to do with any outside shit. It's just a natural fucking progression. I don't know why. I don't know why it has to be. What do you call it? I don't know why it has to be now forced upon. And hey, let's turn this into something else. Do LGBTQ members of the world exist? Yeah. Are they everybody? No. Like, can we put other characters in there that are? Yeah. How about we do a well written, well fucking conceived character that the new Falcon. We don't know anything about him. He's barely established in the MCU. You can take him, make him a well written character, part of that community, and have your representation. And then you get a character that you now have, not that we've seen for all these years and you're changing and molding, but somewhere where you can get on the ground level and fucking grow and develop and fucking see the natural progression of turning that character in from nothing into something.
Yeah. Which that's better to me if you just fucking brand new character that is what it is, and you fucking, and then that's what he is. You know what I'm saying? To somebody that we know through and through, and then you change them because that's no longer them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because that's the one thing that people, when you grow up with these characters, you know who they are and you know what they stand for, and it makes it easier for you to stand for for what you believe in and shit like that, because they do it. They are an example of that. And then they change them. It's kind of like, well, this ain't him anymore.
Yeah. And on top of that, at no point, at least with Sam, since he became the Falcon and was actually standing toe to toe and back to back with Cap, and all throughout his run now, at no point was his sexuality remotely involved in any fucking thing.
Yeah.
So even let's say he is part of the LGBTQ plus community. That does not define him as a character. That's a part that could be a part of him, but that's not him. That's not his. He's not
Yeah.
defined by that one fucking characteristic.
No, because it even if they did say he was gay, it wouldn't be Like now all of a sudden he's wearing pink and looking like the birdcage and shit. You know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it just people need to shut the fuck up. I think everybody wants to. Nobody wants to be involved, but everybody wants to just take. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like
you know,
the shit. What's from G Unit? The one of the best lyricists in G Unit, Lloyd Banks. He has a line. He goes, "You ain't got your hand in." I mean, yeah. He goes, "You ain't got your hand in. You just got your hand out." You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't helping nothing, but you want from this. Like that's what I feel like. That's what everybody's doing when it comes to this shit.
and if anybody wants, what do you call it? You know me. I don't like to be hypocritical or anything like that. We have Namor. Well, what's the
Yeah,
difference between Namor the Submariner and Arthur Curry Aquaman? Well, if you look at their comics, practically nothing. They're both mermen, white looking, from Atlantis, the king, powerful powerful nation underwater. The only difference is Namor is taken way more seriously. But if you wanna differentiate yourself so that you don't have two of the exact characters on the screen and you're not confusing everybody, well, what do? Do you take Namor and just change him completely? Or do you go, well, wait a minute. Namor's based off of this. This, people are saying, was mistaken for this over here. So the natural connection to draw from here to here is clear. So we're not changing Namor. Like that was Namor.
yeah,
But you could see where, all right, everybody thinks Atlantis fell in this part of the world, and everything they described, well, they had pyramids and statues to their god. But these guys had pyramids and statues to their god. These guys were around this time, but these guys were around this time. This supposedly disappeared in the ocean. Well, this civilization fucking fell and disappeared. Maybe this is what they were talking about. Maybe this is what they were looking for.
it's like El Dorado and shit, right?
Yeah. Like they didn't turn around and just pull shit out of their ass.
Yeah,
Like they didn't turn around and be like, all right, well, Namor's now from South Korea, and he's now the king of somewhere in the North Atlantic Sea, up by the fucking North Pole and shit like.
yeah. He helps Santa and delivers his gifts and shit.
So again, if you can make the natural fucking it's kind of like what we were saying, or what I was what I was saying with Harley Quinn. As it stands right now, it just looks like she's just another fucking person in the fucking insane asylum, totally
Yeah,
negating her backstory. But if you can make the natural connection that she was a therapist, something happened to her in Arkham that caused her psychosis, which led her to be now a fucking member of Arkham, which then let her get to be preyed upon by Arthur Fleck, and her misguided fucking affection and his misguided affection and all that shit. Bang! That's Harley Quinn's story. And you can keep everything in there, and we can make that fucking natural connection. And you keep your shit the same way. And now, at least for me, you won't hear any fucking gripes. Like
yeah.
that's how the fuck you do it.
Because something has to be the same. You can't change everything. Like you cannot take those liberties like that. Like we said last week, and we said when we praised the Xmen 97 shit, there are to follow when it comes to telling the story of a specific character. And God damn it, I'm not gonna let anybody fly when they come to shit.
Yo, and just to bring that
RoboCop
up,
was not blown from a vehicle. Yeah,
nor was he given or nor was he given the ability to keep all of his memories and then wiped and then had to get them back.
yeah. Which was
Like that
stupid.
was fucking stupid. Because what's wrong with it? Well, the part that's a man is then make a fucking machine.
Yeah, you had machines already. You didn't. You just made a man into a machine. Well, you made a man into a cyborg, and then said that the cyborg was faulty because the man's reflexes were too slow, and then turned that cyborg into a full-fledged machine. No, the original one was they made a cyborg with a dead officer, and that one got his memories and shit back, and lives almost like a cyborg's life. And then they made other machines to try to go off. They work backwards in the one that wasn't made. But go ahead, Cap.
Shit, I forgot where I was going now.
The historical documents.
Oh, yeah. So everybody was bringing up, Morph being bisexual now is, that's its big go woke, go up. What the fuck has he done so far that is any different than what the fuck he did in the originals? He has not done a fucking thing different. In the original, there's a scene, and you can go out. One, you can go out and fucking watch it, and two, you can go see other because it's come up with other interviews with the Lee Walls after our show in the last couple of months since they announced Morph being part of the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
Which again, that's a case where that makes sense. So they said if you go back and watch the original one in 1996, there's the scene where he fucking morphs into Jean Grey and tries to get Logan because he knows how much Logan is fucking going crazy here, so he tried to fucking help out. And then when Logan found out, Logan was pissed, but I mean he did it. Fast forward to what, episode 2? He did the same shit when they were in the basketball. Like he has not done anything different. Motherfucker's not out here now just walking around in assless chaps and fucking like there's no difference in his character.
Yeah.
So all that fucking alarm was for nothing. And now watch that I've said that. Now watch in the next 3 episodes, we're just gonna pan to more blowing random dudes in bathrooms now.
Yeah, right. He's gonna just go down a slippery slope. I don't know what came over me. Fucking ridiculous. But we'll see. Episode 5 is what, tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
So we'll see. We'll come back next week with the review for episode 5 and whatever other news that we might have in the comic book world.
And we're gonna ship 2 aspirin over to Ray. That way he can
Yeah. He could preemptive strike his headache and shit. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out.
Hey,
Peace, everybody. Oh.
We made it through a fucking show without fighting each other.
Word.